Right. Good afternoon, George. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much.
Right. So quick introduction about yourself.
So I'm George Pinner. I'm a goalkeeper. I'm 33 years old now and kind of been playing hockey since kind of 10, 11 years old. I'm a member of the current GB setup and currently playing my club hockey at Old Georgians.
Okay. So in the beginning, what made you change clubs? Because I knew you have a long CV. You've played at Beeston, you play at Holcombe, you play at OGs now.
Yeah, well, my first kind of clubs were back in Ipswich, Ipswich and East Suffolk. I started at. I moved to Ipswich Hockey Club first of all, kind of to push the standard that I was playing at that point in time. Beeston, I actually stayed. I went to University of Nottingham, so Beeston was like a logical move at the time. However, I stayed at Ipswich for one more year just to kind of get some National League experience. Then I moved to Beeston mainly because of travel. Beeston were higher up, so I wanted to push myself, having just kind of got in the under-21 squad. But yeah, most of my moves have kind of been driven by wanting to kind of better myself, play at a high level, or basically because I've relocated. So when I moved down to the centralised programme near Bisham, made the difficult decision to leave Beeston after travelling up for a couple of years. And then having travelled down to Holcombe, moving to Old Georgians again was a travel decision as much as it was a great opportunity for me club-wise.
Okay. And how long will you say it'd take you to settle into Old Georgians?
Old Georgians, I settled in quite quickly. I've always been quite keen to kind of do my due diligence on a club, find out what it's like. For me, it's important that a club has a family feel. Coming from Ipswich, where both clubs I played for had a real good family spirit, good social off the pitch, stuff like that. That was really important for me. So knew quite a lot of the guys at Old Georgians. It's always difficult those first few training sessions, remembering people's names, etc., seeing how the club runs. But after a few weeks, felt pretty settled there.
Yeah. What would you say would be the hardest thing about having to move from one club to another?
One of the hardest bits is actually saying goodbye to the club that you're leaving. Obviously, it's always going to be a difficult conversation because usually the club you're leaving doesn't want you to leave. They will have done quite a lot for you in the past. So that's always been the hardest thing for me is making sure that I leave in the right way and I thank that club for everything they've done for me. Obviously, once you then move, there is that, despite being a loud person, quite bubbly person, big personality, that first kind of couple of sessions in the dressing room, getting a gauge for what the group's like, and just, starting to build those social bonds with the guys around you.
Perfect. And to finish off, what advice would you give to anyone thinking of moving clubs?
Linked to what I said before, I think it's really important you kind of do your homework on the club you're moving to, find out, about the level they're playing at, the kind of players they're looking to get in. If you're a goalkeeper and you find you're joining a club with 4 more goalies joining it, possibly not the right move for you, for example, but not just on the pitch and the hockey side of things to check that's a good fit, but also looking into the social side. Hockey clubs are a great source of friendships and social activity. So seeing what's going on that front. Are there a lot of men's and women's teams? But once you've done your due diligence on a club, I think it's just really important to leave a club in the right way. It can be an awkward conversation, but always pick up the phone, thank those that have helped you today, and just make sure you leave on good terms. Hockey's a small world, and you never know when you'll be playing with those guys, or maybe even wanting to move back again in the future.
Perfect. I think that's covered everything. So on behalf of Scorrd, we'd like to thank you for doing this interview. Do you have any questions from your end?
No, absolute pleasure talking to you.
Cheers.
No problems at all, Tom.
Thank you.